most challenging quest ever awaits. Go with speed, but go with patience. Seek out an arsenal, a dragon scale, a torch, and magic herbs. Use wisdom and cunning to choose their commands, for the Dragon Lord is a fierce rival. Horrible and treacherous minions all guard the evil one's island. Are they ready, young one?
Yes, King Lord.
And so begins a new epic, Dragon Warrior.
Nintendo, now you're playing.
In 1986, a single RPG would define the genre and set the stages for franchises like Final Fantasy and Pokemon. Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest, as it is known in Japan, became the blueprint for console RPGs and paved the way for the genre's global success. But did you know that when it first arrived in North America, it struggled to find an audience? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are taking a deep dive into the history of Dragon Warrior on the NES. If you're new here and you're into retro and homebrew gaming, we have definitely got you covered. Let's go. Dragon Warrior, the RPG that introduced an entire generation to turn-based combat, random encounters, and epic fantasy storytelling. When it landed on the NES in 1989, it wasn't just another game, it was a revolution. But to truly appreciate its impact, we need to explore its origins and how it shaped the role-playing games we love today. Before Dragon Warrior, the RPG genre was primarily a PC-based experience. Western titles like Ultima and Wizardry offered deep gameplay but were often complex and inaccessible to casual players. In Japan, the RPG market was still in its infancy. Then, a team led by Yuji Horii sought to bring the rich, story-driven mechanics of Western RPGs to home consoles with an intuitive and engaging experience. Dragon Warrior was the brainchild of Yuji Horii, Koichi Nakamura, and the legendary composer Koichi Sugiyama. Horii was inspired by his love for wizardry and Ultima, but wanted to simplify the experience for home console players. He partnered with Akira Toriyama, the artist behind Dragon Ball, to create the game's distinct look. Released in Japan as Dragon Quest in 1986, the game introduced many features we now associate with RPGs. Turn-based combat, an expansive world, and a leveling system that rewarded players for exploration and strategy. When Enix decided to bring Dragon Warrior to North America in 1989, they faced a massive challenge. RPGs weren't yet mainstream in the West. To promote the game, Nintendo Power even gave it away for free to subscribers, hoping to get players hooked.
Get ready for the biggest offer in history from Nintendo!
Subscribe now to Nintendo Power. Get a free Dragon Warrior game pack. That's a $40 value plus 12 big issues of scorching power tips and wicked video maps for $15.
Eat that!
Plus an explorer's handbook to help you master the dragons and knights, skeletons, and slime. But act now. Supplies are limited. Call 1-800-341-3000 for your free Dragon Warrior game pack and 12 big issues of Nintendo Power for $15. Call now.
Despite its success in Japan, Dragon Warrior's Western release faced multiple hurdles. The biggest issue? American gamers weren't used to the slow-paced, text-heavy adventures. Nintendo of America even had to retranslate and simplify the game's dialogue to make it more accessible. Another challenge was the game's difficulty. Early RPGs didn't hold your hand, and Dragon Warrior expected players to grind for hours before they could progress. Over time, Dragon Warrior gained a cult following in the West. Nintendo's free game giveaway strategy worked, exposing thousands of players to the joys of RPGs. By the time the sequel arrived, the franchise had built a dedicated audience. In Japan, Dragon Quest had already become a national phenomenon, influencing anime, manga, and future RPGs. Today, Dragon Quest remains one of Japan's most beloved franchises, and without its success, the JRPG genre might not exist as we know it now. Dragon Warrior may not have been an instant hit in the US, but its legacy is undeniable. It introduced many players to the RPG genre and paved the way for legendary franchises like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, and even Pokemon. Its emphasis on storytelling, strategic combat, and world exploration became staples of the genre, shaping RPGs for generations to come. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Dragon Warrior, make sure you check out my other videos on history of gaming. Let me know in the comments, what was your first RPG experience? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more retro gaming history.